Hi, my name is Cody. Today I'm going to be reflecting on my experience at Southside Community Center, where I completed 50 hours of volunteer work this semester. And this is for my social work 2375 class, social services. And so just to get started, this is in order to hopefully educate or in one way or another inform fellow students kind of about what Southside Community Center is all about, how important their services are, and kind of who they are designed to help. It's also to stress the importance of various ways that the organization is able to facilitate hope, stability, dignity, and all kinds of these virtues in Hays County. Southside Community Center helps give emergency shelter, meals, and resources to people in the community who are in homelessness or are having trouble with their basic requirements. Their overview and their mission is to give actually compassionate support, essential services, and to be able to help with the stability for all people and families living within Hays County and San Marcos experiencing these kinds of crises. Their key services are emergency overnight shelter, hot meals daily served, breakfast and dinner, access to a food pantry, a clothing closet, showers and laundry, disaster relief and emergency assistance, referral to community services, referral to community resources, and finally, the population or the actual population being served are people who experience homelessness and very low income families here in San Marcos. Looking at my experience with it, some of my roles and my responsibilities were to help the staff during their meal service, just plating dinners, organizing the supplies, ensuring guests received meals with dignity, helped maintain their shelter by simple cleaning, organizing the donations, preparing areas for client use overall. Another role of mine was to somewhat support the intake tasks by just helping people towards people who were able to really help them with intake tasks. And just answering basic questions and resources. I would say my learning experience, I gained firsthand awareness of the challenges faced by these individuals. I would say more of just still from outside looking in. One thing definitely learned from this experience was that there's no real way to understand what that is like unless you go through it. There's no amount of books you could read, research you could study that would truly put you in the shoes of someone who has endless amounts of systems set up against them. This observation did show me the importance of empathy, patience, consistency, and helped me develop a much stronger communication or sense of communication through both client and staff interactions. Looking at Southside's commitment to hope, they do offer an emergency shelter, which allows a safe place for people facing immediate housing instability. Daily hot meals were able to kind of help reduce stress, improve well-being, and feed the community, obviously. The connection to resources that I was able to observe were staff continuously offering their support. If they couldn't help, they were offering referrals for housing, employment, financial help, etc. They do work with local agencies, churches, nonprofits, all ways to, in one way or another, expand their support. Some of the struggles and the opportunities they were still able to provide, some of the challenges were a large need for services just due to the drastically rising housing costs here in San Marcos. There was also some challenges with a limited shelter space, comparing it to the local growing homeless population, especially here in San Marcos. And the last challenge would just be kind of a dependence on donations. That was a key part towards the beginning of just any session or shift of me getting there. People were normally bringing in donations, and I would like to add here, in light of like I said, there being that dependence, there's ample donations being given. If there was a day where nobody donated anything, the donations from the day before would be able to hold them over, if that makes sense. There were always people willing and ready to help. Some of the opportunities they were able to create were a larger, or hopefully be able to create a larger shelter capacity in the future, and to strengthen those relationships with the city and county agencies, and just to increase volunteer recruitment and community. Looking into my own reflection of this, my own personal insights, I do feel that I developed a much more in-depth understanding of how homelessness affects people's mental health and their motivations. Like I said, more in-depth understanding, not a holistic one, or what it's like to actually go through it. I was able to gain also a deeper appreciation for social workers and the staff who do show compassion despite their growing and overwhelming need for assistance. I was able to recognize my own areas of empathy, reliability, and being able to stay stable in those busy work environments. I would also say the experience 100% reinforced my desire to work in a job that focuses on helping vulnerable populations, even if that were not to be social work, especially those facing those housing and economic challenges would be among the communities or the populations that I would like to see myself working and assisting in the future. Any kind of future contribution, I would say, I do plan to stay involved in community service and to still advocate for expanded shelter resources in Hays County, not just here at Southside, but definitely some kind of expansion on those resources. When the shelter was being built, that was one of the roles and responsibilities I had. I was able to help just kind of maintain, tidy the area. Same thing with the shower area they have over there. Just kind of to be able to continue the quality of that, or all the quality that it does possess, to continue that, so the resource is still able to have it. Looking at any ties to the NASW ethical code, which is kind of what we adhere to, almost like a Bible for social work. There are a set amount of codes and ethical laws that are supposed to, I guess, predict each and every one of the situations and have a uniform way of dealing with it. But the service to the NASW ethical code would be through supporting guests by giving direct assistance during meals and in shelter operations. The tie it has to the dignity and worth of an individual would be their their ability to treat every single client with respect, maintaining non-judgments, and still upholding that sense of self. The tie to social justice would be their contributing efforts that address homelessness, food insecurity, and systematic barriers affecting low-income residents. The ethical standards exactly tied to this would be 1.01, the commitment to clients, and 6.04, the social and political action. And to conclude, for those who are homeless in San Marcos, Southside Community Center is essential in providing for their immediate needs, minimizing harm, and encouraging hope. Advocacy, volunteers, and community support are crucial to maintaining the organization's influence, and it is a perfect choice if you were looking to go and do that. And then from that, it is just a thanks and reference to everything that Southside Community Center has done. Any and all issues I've had have not been with them. It's been with the people needing me and other students to go do these things. Not that it's hard to go do them, but it almost feels as if intentionally confusing in order to find the answers at the center that you're volunteering at. And Southside Community Center definitely gave me those answers and educated me 1,000 times more than this class or any other social work class at Texas State is able to, because whereas Southside Community Center, as described in this PowerPoint, does adhere to ethical codes and are able to give that hands-on experience, the opposite of that, to sitting in a classroom and given these notes just for there to be 5-6 different reflection-based assignments or something, it ironically enough gave the challenges here. The challenges weren't with volunteering. The challenges were with the people telling you to go do it. And with that, I would like to conclude. Thank you so much for watching.